Okay, and welcome to this game, playing Alexander 1-0. Alright, so go 1e5. Okay, bishop c4. I don't know what this is called, the bishop's opening maybe, something like that. Oh, d4, I've never seen this before. Okay, so we can definitely take this with the bishop. That maintains our pawn structure. Let's say a good reason not to be honest. I guess c3. c3 can't be that great though, because you're blocking your piece in. So knight takes is threatened, and if I try and keep the bishop here, if I try and keep the pawn, well I can't because my bishop and knight are both. Well, hang on, I guess knight c6 is the first thing to try, isn't it? Okay, so why not just knight takes now? What am I missing? Queen 3 is not. Queen h5 threatens f7 and e5 check. So what about just taking with the d pawn here? And then on this move, we can actually answer this with, I guess, Queen e7. Queen h5 now, we can play Queen e7. So I guess knight f5, knight here. I guess then bishop g5 is coming. So we could try this, and then we can get castle. Let's try this knight g7 here. We're probably going to have to give up this pawn anyway, so this is the only thing. We don't want to spend too long. It's trying to defend. Queen f3 we just got castled. Queen h5 we're castling. We're castling most of the time. We can castle on bishop g5. If I were white, I'd be going for knight bd2 with a knight f3 to try and pick up this pawn. No, we probably have to let that happen. Okay, so you go for this. So we just need to get castled. We've got knight g6 possible as well here, which could be good. Okay, so let's get knight. I think we just need to take this pawn, otherwise white gets all the development for nothing anyway. But I like this move here, knight g6. I guess maybe it runs into f4, but I think we've got this move here. Okay, so we can actually play queen e8 here to no great loss, I think, and then we're ready to play knight ce5 to hit the bishop. We're also threatening. We're not threatening the e4 pawn because it's covered by the knight. Knight here is good. Actually, that's a very nice move. So this is a nice idea for this plan, and then we get to play c6 to try and keep that knight out. So knight here is going to threaten this. Don't love my position. f4. Don't love my position. But I'm not sure how else I stop. Let's just think about this. Can we play d6 here? d6, knight d5. We can then play queen d7. It's a bit ugly. It's a bit cramped. But I'm going to play c6 as being a clear way of stopping. Okay, so f4 we came. So let's just go for this knight in here. Then with potentially threatening to pick up f4. I guess rook f1 to stop that. Okay, well, I don't see a good reason not to take this off now. I mean, we're hitting the queen as well. So it's just a question of which knight. I think this knight is better, actually. Then we can actually put this knight here on e6 for defensive purposes if necessary. We're a couple of pawns up now, but a little bit down on the clock. White's queen is hit, so let's pre-move the recapture again. Where else can the queen go? The queen can go to g4, but then that runs into d5 and then d4 for king, rook, and knight. So queen here is not possible. Queen here is not possible. Queen f3 is definitely possible, and that looks reasonable. Yeah, queen f3 is what was played here. I think in that case knight here to hit the bishop, because that knight was on prise. So where's that bishop going? Actually, that bishop can't really save itself now. So if it goes to h, where's it going to go? Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think just taking this is good. I mean, it still can't go anywhere, so maybe we'll just sit tight with it for a minute, actually. It's not really threatening to go anywhere. So d5 would be nice to get in, but I think it's hard. What about this move here? This is actually this can't be taken by the queen just yet because the queen is needed to protect the bishop. So I think we can play d6 here. Yeah, let's go for d6. I think we're going to have to give up a pawn to get our pieces developed, but at the moment I think my position's okay. One nice idea is to take here and then play bishop e6. I think that looks okay. Bishop e6 here. Yeah, I think that looks alright. And then we can choose whether to take with the f or the queen. Bishop a4 is possible, but doesn't look great. And then we try and gradually shift that queen from that dangerous position, maybe with an idea of queen e7 or something like that. White's got good activity, but I don't think it's worth 2 pawns. So, okay, the bishop comes back. So let's try with this idea of queen e7 now, actually. Okay, we'll pre-move the recapture. If queen not, then queen g3. Okay, so what about rook a d8 now? Trying to push for d5. We've also got bishop c4. Let's go for this. In an ideal world, if we can get d5, that's nice for us. d5, ed, bishop takes, knight takes, rook takes, and then but hang on, aren't we? Our queen. No, this bishop's going to be pinned by this rook, so we've got to be a little bit careful there. Let's just look again. So d5, ed. Now we could play rook takes d5. Bishop c4 is actually interesting as well. Bishop c4 is quite interesting to pin the knight. Let's go with that. And then maybe queen e5. That would be nice to get this queen into that lovely central square. So, okay, well, we can actually do this now. Bishop takes knight, and then queen e5. Yeah, I mean, well, we won't pre-move that because we can take a moment. We might want to recapture. And again, I don't think White really wants to do this. So the question is, what do we play then? We've actually got d5 here is interesting. d5. If takes, we can take with the queen. I have to be a little bit careful of this knight. But at the moment, that's okay. So d5 threatening de. Attacking the queen. If ed, queen takes. Okay, so let's just make sure we can't play rook takes here. Rook takes here. Rook takes here. Rook takes d3. And then that is an option actually. Rook takes, queen takes, and we take here. So is that a little bit more forcing maybe? Rook takes d5, rook takes queen, bishop takes rook, knight takes rook. Let's try this. And time here is the issue. So what does white do here actually? What does white do here? Rook takes queen, we've got... What other options have you got after rook takes queen, rook takes queen? You could just move your rook like to e7 doesn't work, but you can move your rook to like f5, and then I have to move my rook, but then my rook will go down here on the second rank. Okay, so let's get this check in. And again, let's try to trade off some pieces. Not sure about that. He'll probably go rook f. Rook f. Okay, he took this. Don't know if that's right, but anyway. Okay. Again, trying to trade pieces, covering f7. Something like g6 here looks good to just cement that. Queen d3 I'm looking at. Hitting the rook. h5's coming. Okay, let's get this in. We've got queen e5 with the check here if necessary. Okay, we've got that check. And we went on time. Whew. Okay, exciting game. I'll just pause there for a... So I've brought the game to this position here. White definitely has compensation for the lost pawn. It's probably... I mean, visually to me, it looks like more than enough compensation. I expect white's actually better here. In this position I played knight d3. Forking this f pawn, which is double attack now, and the rook. And I think if I'm white here and I just play rook f1, it's getting pretty nasty because we're ready to play f5 and so on. I'm not certain. I mean, I don't think b2 looks like a pawn we want to take anytime soon, and there's definitely real pressure here. So I think as played, rook e3. Now I get the hit on the queen. Queen came back. I'm 2 pawns up now, and I think with this f pawn gone as well, white's attacking potential drops off a lot. So I think here we're probably in pretty decent shape now. d6. We traded some pieces. This was nice. Queen e7 to try and trade queens. Queen came back. We're gradually, bringing our pieces into play, improving our position. This bishop c4 idea was quite nice. And then trading to get queen e5 in. White can't really trade pieces since he's too far behind, so this d4 idea again was nice to break open things. Then this rook takes was a nice idea as well, just to sort of try and speed up the exchange. We got the check in, king moves, then again trying to trade pieces. Bishop takes g6. I don't think that really helps white's cause actually, so after hg, there's a trap, of course, because he's hoping for fg, but that's fine. Possibly even rook e3 here may be nice, but just again offering the trade. Well, this is quite nice as well. I think this pawn structure is fine for black actually. g6, h4. There may have been a better option here actually, because if time weren't such an issue and white gets h5, he may be doing okay. I mean, what else? What other options have I got? I could have tried to play something like... What did I actually play here? Queen d3 to hit the queen, to the rook. The rook moved with tempo, and actually wasn't so straightforward here. So maybe... I mean, can we stop h5 coming? I don't think we can. Maybe king g7 is interesting, and then on h5 we plan to play rook to h8, pinning the h pawn. Actually, that looks really nice, king g7, because there aren't really any checks here. We have to be a bit careful, because when the king's on this line, if my queen moves from f5, we've got rook takes f5 because the g6 pawn is pinned, but otherwise it was okay. So we actually played this, rook here. The check, yeah, I don't know about that. It feels wrong to bring the queen so far away from things. King came up. The queen has to come back anyway, so we haven't achieved much. h5. Now, what did we try? We tried queen back. Well, the plan was to play takes and queen takes, and at least then white's winning the f pawn. But what did he do? Played h6. Then I think king h7 is good. And we've got a check, and yeah, winning on time. But I think the position now is still fine for black. Probably black is winning anyway. Okay, thanks for watching.